Hello, and welcome to the Dice Cult. My name is Ian. We'll be playing D&D 5e this evening, and I'll be your GM for this evening, which is so very exciting. Not to worry, Cordially Invited will be returning after we do this little mini sojourn, but, you know, it's the holidays. Stuff happens. So, yeah.
Very excited.
Why don't we go around and introduce ourselves real quick, because it's been a while, I think, since we actually did introductions, in case anyone is new here.
I'll start.
Hi, my name's...
Oh no! We all have to say our names at the same time.
At the same time. On three. 1, 2, 3. I'm Scott. Hi. Hi. Hey.
Okay, perfect. That was so intelligible, and I'm really glad.
That's it. We're done.
Okay,
we are moving on.
Okay.
I hope you got that.
I hope you got who we are.
Do we have any other announcements? I think that's it.
I think that covered it.
Yeah, I think that covered it.
Yeah, are we doing, is it this Wednesday and then 2 Wednesdays from now we're doing this again, or is it 2 Wednesdays from now Cordially Invited will be returning? I can't remember.
It should be, I believe it will be Cat's Cradle again, the name of the game, because I don't think we're going to finish it today. No. But there is a slim chance. I doubt it, though.
I would love to know if Cordially Invited while the end season is happening. So Ian can take over and I get to play, and I'm so happy that he's doing this.
All right. Yeah, so next week we're going to do Cat's Cradle Part 2, most likely. And,
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks? It's going great. And yeah, shall we begin? All right. As a train goes by.
Ominous.
I'm like very impressed with your train ambiance.
I thought that was the ambiance. I was like, okay,
no,
so.
This is a real life train that's going by my window right now.
If you would have just said it was ambience, I would be like, all right, sure.
I just agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of dragon is that?
A metal one.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
One more time.
One more time. We're doing great.
Together, the dragon noise. Together.
We're on point today.
Oh God.
The harmonies.
We're gonna play D&D today. You're going to play D&D today. Okay. We begin in the plane of fire. The sky burns a golden orange, the flat, open horizon marred by high volcanic plumes and sudden whirls of fire reaching miles into the atmosphere. A city stands, an anachronistic ruin among the ashy plains. It's empty. Its residents have long since abandoned it or been lost to the flames and the creatures that call this place their home. A lone figure, small in stature, dashes down a street. Clementine, would you please describe yourself?
Absolutely. Clementine is just a little one. A deep gnome, kind of a pinkish blue skin, very pale, and her hair is kind of again like a dark pink, and she moves it kind of like as she runs, she's always like looking every which way. It doesn't seem like she's running looking straight, which it could be dangerous, but whatever. And as she runs, she's got a big old backpack on that she's kind of holding. And there's a little cube that kind of flies around her head furiously, and she's got a little rope on her belt. And well, Cubert, I'm not really sure where we are right now, but it looks like we're going in the right direction, probably, right?
You came here for a job. You pick up a lot of weird jobs, and this one might be your weirdest yet. It's certainly the first one that sent you to another plane of existence. And you're starting to think you might have bitten off more than you can chew. It's hot here. So burningly hot. You flee down the cobblestone. This was once a lovely boulevard with a fountain at its center, but now it's all cracked stone and warped metal. You pass empty shop fronts, their signs worn and illegible, their wares charred, their glass windows sagging under the heat and pooling down to the ground. You're sunburned, for sure. There are other kinds of burned too, although you try not to think about those as much. And you're being chased. Make a perception check for me.
All right. Over here. Okay. That is a 21.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You glance over your shoulder and you see elementals just peeking around the corner, little wispy, fiery shapes that hover around you. There's 5 or 6 that you catch on a quick glance. They're staying back. They're not coming too close because they've learned you have a bit of a bite. But they are watching, waiting, and following. And you look over your shoulder, you catch a glimpse of something else atop a wall behind you. It's dark and bestial in shape with long, languid movement. It's almost grayish black in color, and you can see the heat it gives off, distorting the air even at this distance. They've been following you for hours, waiting for you to tire. You need to find a place to hide, lay low, and recover, and hopefully something you can bring back as a suitable trophy for your job. What do you want to do?
All right. All of these houses that I'm passing, do any of them look like I can open them already?
Most of them are actually completely open. They probably had some kind of wooden door, and all that's left is some kind of mangled mess of the iron hinges. A lot of them, the roofs have collapsed in, and there's just very little reprieve from the heat. But with that perception check, the 21, you do spy a building ahead of you, kind of at the center of this massive city. And it's taller than the rest. It's got a tall spire, almost church-like, and it does have a roof, which means shade and a possible reprieve from this heat.
Right. Yes. It looks like we found it. Okay. Just a little longer. Just frickin' book it. I'll cast... I think did I prepare this? I don't know.
You prepared it. Don't worry about it. You've got it.
Okay. I cast expeditious retreat on myself, so I can move a little faster. And
you
just really kick it up dust
and kick up ash and dust in your wake as you fly ahead, and you can see that big creature that was on the walls just kind of springing over, but you leave it behind for the moment, at least. You've reached the building. Its doors have long since rotted away, and you stumble through the threshold into shade. Blessed shade. It's only a few degrees cooler, but it makes a world of difference. You blink to adjust your eyes. You spent so long in the sun, and your dark vision kicks in. On the inside, it's actually quite crowded. It's filled with treasure. Piles and piles of items. You see chests and swords and coins and chalices and suits of armor and cloaks and clothes and drapery that must be magical in order to survive. Any of these things you realize would probably make a fine item to return with and call it a job well done. But you notice at the far end of the building, there's something else that catches your eye. The roof has fallen in back there, leaving a pile of rubble and a shaft of well-placed ruddy orange light. The back wall is covered in a mosaic. It's partially destroyed by the collapsed roof, but you can still see most of it. It appears to be the shape of a woman, larger than life and dressed in long, elaborate robes. She stands elevated above the ground with her arms outstretched and a circle of eyes surrounding her. Her face is gone, but you can see she has long silver hair. The mosaic pieces seem to be made of gemstones and fine metals, opals, golds, silvers, garnets, all of which glitter and glow in the orange light. Before the mosaic stands a raised dais, and upon that dais a pedestal which carries a bronze orb. It's about a foot in diameter and is covered in hundreds of little triangles, and it's hovering a few inches above the pedestal.
Well, I mean, you would know. Anything that hovers like that's got to be magic. Her eyes are just like all over the place, but it's like that thing is floating though. So
Behind you,
probably.
you can
Oh,
see
oh,
the
there's more.
elementals creeping in and coming up to the threshold. You
Oh
hear the
goodness.
thump of something large landing on the roof.
Oh yes. Well, not really sure how I'm getting out of this one. Looks like it's probably time for a hut, but let's go check that out
Who
first. Just
is calling to you?
yes.
Just
Move forward, and I'll probably tap it with my mage hand first. Just kind of spin it.
just
See how it
spins.
probably safe. Grab.
You touch it, and everything goes black.
Probably safe.
Mud! You jolt awake after a horrifying dream. Absolutely horrifying. What were you dreaming about? Just like the tail end of that nightmare.
The tail end of that nightmare was Mud realizing that he was stuck somewhere where he'd never get to eat pancakes again. And it really just was like, that means never going to get home. Means never going to see the sun again. All kinds of just this terrifying idea of isolation. But the thought of pancakes was the last thing on his brain. That was the thing that triggered it for him. I'll never eat pancakes again.
You wake up dreaming of the smell of pancakes vanishing into the distance, to be replaced with dust and emptiness in a space that hasn't really been perturbed in a very long time. Would you please describe yourself real quick?
Yeah. You see a dusty, well-dressed, kind of stodgily, is that a word? I think it is, dressed, middle-aged halfling, kind of a little bit portly, just beyond his prime years, and he's just getting to that age now where maybe he's had a few too many pancakes in his time, and he's got this quite a bushy mustache, and his hair is all combed back behind above his slightly pointed ears, a collared shirt on, and pleated pants which have seen better days. He's a little bit as I mentioned, dusty and traveled looking at the moment, but you can tell in his moments where he's been making sure all his creases are properly in place. He's got a pack on his back, or nearby as he wakes up, a whip and a few scattered books, a crossbow sitting nearby, and a very friendly kind of friendly uncle or grandpa kind of look about him, where he kind of bright eyes, much more youthful looking eyes than his now slightly aging body is giving away, and kind of shakes himself from this bad dream. Takes a moment. Oh, well, it's time to shake that off. You can't dwell on that whatsoever. You just got to get up and keep on moving forward, he says to nobody in particular.
Yeah, you look around. You're in the abandoned house that you kind of took over for yourself. Unlike the houses of the city in the Plane of Fire, this one is actually filled with all the old items from its previous previous occupants, although they're rotting and decaying with age, covered in dust and At least it was when you arrived.
When you sent me here, I kind of would have assumed would have talked a little bit more. Maybe better accommodations for the next time. Well, yeah, right. He gets back to it. Kind of
Yeah,
gestures and says to nobody in particular, as it
No
appears.
response.
Uh,
Yeah, where do you want to head? Do you head out of your house?
Yeah, I think he will pick up his stuff, packs everything meticulously, keep everything on you, gotta be ready for anything, and will have a little hand-sketched booklet that he's been going through, in which he has been tracking where he's been going, and he is kind of meticulously exploring house by house, or cave by cave, rubble by rubble, searching and looking for magical, something special.
Something
But he's just not
special.
sure what.
Yeah, so you step out of your house and you step into this large, spacious cavern containing what appears to be around 2 blocks of a city street. The buildings are in various state of disrepair, but again, unlike the rest of the city in the plane of fire, these buildings have not been bent under great heat. The main street runs straight down the middle of the space. The whole area is dimly lit by small, pale blue magic street lamps. It's achingly quiet. At one end, the street hits a dead end, a rock wall covered in a much larger version of that same mural of the silver-haired woman in her long robes and many eyes. This time it's whole, and she stands maybe 3 stories tall, just looking over the whole area. At the other end of the street, the rock ceiling dips down and it leads into a little atrium-like area. There's a fountain in the center of it and 5 doors, 1 on the opposite wall, 2 on each of the sides. And you know that the 4 doors, hold on. You know that the 4 doors on the sides lead to sections of the maze and the labyrinth that this place contains, and that they shift every day. They usually lead to one particular path, but there's multiple different paths that can be accessed differently on different days. Or at least there used to be. There has been a sudden influx of earthquakes recently. As your friend would have told you, you didn't really get here until after they started. But while you were here, a massive crack now runs through the wall and splits one of the doors in 2. And only 3 of the doors work now. The 5th, leads to a courtyard, which is where everyone who first lands in this space, including you, first landed in when you arrived. Across the street is probably the house where your friend Germaine stays.
Looking at the crack, well, good golly, Miss Molly, they are definitely going to need a lot of patching up around here. I can certainly tell you that. Well, it's not work for here today. I mean, it's decent work, but it's not work for today. I think that's a bit more than I could handle. Germaine. Yeah, it's probably better a day with Germaine. And he's going to go look for his friend, Germaine, who is probably struggled. He wants to call him his friend, I think. It's been a struggle.
Germaine, you come to consciousness after a very restful 6 hours of standing, sitting, whatever it is you do.
Stock still in the middle of the main room of this little, just very eyes dark, everything quiet.
Yeah,
Just a
you
little
come
beat up
to
noise.
at the head of your table, and it's this massive mahogany kind of oval table, and lining it is just skeletons. About 9 skeletons, each wearing various wizardly robes. You come to consciousness. Um, kind of all the heads of your skeletons kind of turn and their jaws click as you come awake. And they look at you.
Good morning. Well, morning. Morning is a little bit of an issue here. I understand. You don't care. She's just like pointing out to each of the skeletons and like
One of them kind of
nodding.
like does that.
Don't get sassy with me. It's the first thing in the morning. Big day, busy day, going to find more friends, of course. 9 is not an even number, so we're going to work on special number 10. We're going to find friend number 10. And as Jermaine starts booting up, so like a 6'8" Warforged, in a very large, many-pocketed kind of cloak coat that's sort of obscuring some of their parts that are a little bit more rusty around the joints than they would probably prefer. Just general wear and tear. And as Jermaine is kind of like moving after being stuck still for a couple hours, it's kind of like trailing some pieces. Like there's a couple wires out of it, their side. There's like a good chunk of metal missing out of the back of their head. You can just see a couple gears, various arcane little sparks starting to come out. Eyes kind of flicker a bit as really starting to get that whatever magic is keeping Jermaine up and at him going. And just starts kind of puttering around, talking to themselves, and well, not themselves, talking to my nine
and they
friends.
kind of like they don't get up, but they do kind of like follow you, watch you move around, and occasionally they'll kind of like twitch in response to something, or their jaw will click. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'm great at that. Oh, I'm great at perception. That's a straight 12.
It's good enough. As you're puttering about your house, you see mud wandering the street outside the window.
I look out the window and realize that there's movement, get a little excited for a second, and like rush up to the window, fling it open. My friend! Hi, friend.
Oh, good morning. I'm very glad to see you up. Are your little friends up as well?
Always up, always watching.
You hear a little like distant clattering of their jaws in the background.
Oh, I hear them.
Yes, they're all saying good morning. And shame to see you so well. We'll work on that. Your spot's always here.
Yep, fit as a fiddle. Just like, yeah, you're a bit of a kidder there. I certainly appreciate that. Keeping my spirits up. Thank you.
I'm not a child. I'm not a kid.
No, of course not.
No.
My apologies.
Why?
I don't know what's going on at all.
Perfect.
But I'm
way to
planning
start.
on yes. Would you look at it? It's very red today. And there's the crack. I think it might have gotten even a bit bigger.
Oh, well, one day closer to death.
And we're back to it. Yes. Joyful. That's lovely. Yes.
Are you going
Both
out
of you-
about? And just Jermaine's just like rushing out the door, kind of hitting things, trying to catch up to Mud.
Yes, I am trying to keep as alive and active as I possibly can, in fact.
Both of you at this point, it's sort of a weird thing, but whenever someone new arrives, Mud, you've never experienced this yet, but Jermaine, you have. You know the moment that someone shows up, you can kind of sense a shift in the space. Mud, you feel it too, but you just you don't quite know what it is yet. It's weird. You know that someone else is here.
Arrival. like head whips around.
Like right now.
Right now.
Well, we should go be hospitable and let's go welcome.
Or
this
collect.
One step at a time, of course.
Yes, one foot in front of the other, and it's just like clomping off.
Yeah, good.
You are
Clementine.
an expert. Sorry, go ahead.
No, good.
Yep.
It's all good. You come to laying on cold stone. You kind of get to your feet, and the lighting in here is weird. You are in shadow, but right in front of you is this pale blue light. You stand at the far end of a massive courtyard. You kind of look, and it seems to span, you guess, maybe 600 feet in length, and is bathed in this unearthly pale blue light. At the far end, way in the distance, you can see a massive cat statue grinning from its pedestal down onto the courtyard, and its eyes glow, emitting the beams of light that illuminate the space. Above the cat, you see darkness. It looks like there's some kind of ceiling far, far, far above you. You can't really make it out. There's a little overhang that you're standing under. It cuts off the light and exists in shadow. And behind you, there is a single door made of aged metal. Jermaine and Mud, you are approaching that door on the other side.
Maybe a cat person? Hello? Should I go to the cat or the door? The cat or the door? Door, who knows, cat? Maybe. Let's go, cat. Moving towards the cat.
Okay, yeah, you step out into the light. And it's kind of weird. Something dissipates from within you when you step into the light. In fact, and you notice your cube drops to the floor.
Oh no! Cubert! Fix me, Cubert! Just gets down on the ground. No! Takes the cube and pulls it back out. You alright? Starts tapping sides. Wait back. Cubert, does Cubert wake up?
No, it does
Oh
not.
gosh. Oh no. Oh no.
If you'd like, you can make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Here's where we begin.
It's a good thing I didn't take proficiency.
Also,
Okay.
no.
I rolled a 12 plus 5, 17.
17, nice, yeah. You realize that you are standing in an anti-magic field.
Oh.
Just an absolutely huge one.
Okay. Alright. Sorry, I did say I could be a cat person, but maybe you're not a gnome person. I will head out. I'm just gonna back away and reach back, open the door.
As soon as you step out of the light and into the shadow, your cube lights up again and begins floating around your head.
It's... It's, not my favorite room. Let's see what it's like outside. Mage hand the door open.
It's
And,
locked.
oh, yeah.
You rattle the door handle. Jermaine, Mud, you're probably getting up close to the door now and you hear it rattle.
Do you normally open it?
Do I?
Yeah, you know that this door is, it's always locked, and every time you open it and close it again, it locks back. And if you destroy it after a night's sleep, it's repaired.
Well, I always enjoy a good kick in, but I could just open it.
You have the
Alright.
fitness for it.
Of course! Just Jermaine full on just yanks this door wide open, maybe
Okay.
ripping it off the handles because they're very excited.
Strength check, because it is a big, thick metal door.
Luckily, I am a big warforged.
Mhm.
Clementine has been on the other
No,
side,
that's
like,
a 6.
oh no.
You yank, and your whole body just like, whoa! And the door does not move.
It's a little early in the morning. Let me. It's like takes out and like
Clementine.
messes with the screws.
Clementine, you feel the door just go, wham!
Yeah, take a bunch of steps back. Oh, I may have angered you. I'm sorry. Is this not the right way?
Can I hear Clementine behind the door?
You hear a quiet little.
It's all right. The end is coming. Just don't try it again.
You just hear like
there we
a
go.
high-pitched
That's
scream on the other side.
No. No,
23. Yeah, you just snap the lock
Right.
and it pops open.
And you see Clementine in the smallest ball she could make, holding Hubert like a stuffed animal toy, just like squatted as far, like not in the anti-magic cone, but as far away as possible. Just, oh, please save me, oh, save my soul. I've never done anything bad. Well, maybe a few times. There was that one time when I lied to Johnny, and I didn't really mean it, but I was saying this, and I'm so sorry.
I do listen to confession, but this is a very strange one.
Huh?
Hi, welcome. This is the end.
We're not enemies. I do not believe that we are not your enemies. We are friends. Perhaps. Welcome. Peeking kind of just around the corner of the door, someone about your height. You've got another friend. Do you want to come through here?
Yes, you're going to have to come this way.
Is it the end?
Almost.
They have a very final way of speaking about things. So if you want to come through, we can back up so that you don't feel threatened. Here, come on back with me. Come on.
I can also carry you.
No,
One,
I'll walk. I can walk.
Okay.
maybe a handshake first, and then
Backs up.
the carry after.
Gets up and quickly shuffles out of the room.
As soon as you let go of the door, it swings shut, and you can hear a kind of broken sounding the thunk as it locks again.
This is really the only way.
Welcome. And you are?
Clementine, nice to meet you.
Clementine, it's very nice to meet you indeed. My name is Mud, and this is my big tall friend here, Jermaine. We are very happy to meet your acquaintance. Welcome to this place. It's nice to see a new face, especially one on my level like this. This is so nice to meet someone who is just the right height. Where are you from? How did you get here? Do you have a way to get back? Don't worry about
No
that.
one
Maybe
ever
you're
has a way
hungry.
to get
Would you?
back. Mud still has hope.
I was going to the fire plane, and I touched a floaty disc, and now I'm here.
Well, it doesn't seem any more odd than the rest of us, I suppose.
Yeah. How long have you been? Like today? Did you get here today?
No.
Well, not today. No. Is DM is time easy to tell here? Are there days and nights?
No, it is not. It is all enclosed and in this cavern. There's no shifting light or anything. It's just those street lamps. You can actually make an intelligence check for me just to see.
An intelligence check.
Yeah.
Come on, wizard. Hey, 16.
Hey.
Yeah, you can. You don't know like to the minute, but you've been here probably 3-4 weeks at this point.
Yeah, well, you see, it's been a few weeks. Jermaine's certainly been here a spat longer, I do believe.
I don't remember.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
Um,
I need to get. I was doing a job. I got to get back.
Oh, it's over now.
The way that you speak is.
I'm sorry, I should be looking down. It's over now. It's fine. It's all
Fine.
good.
I would just need the camera to go down with you.
Yeah.
He's like raise up my chair a little bit more.
Yeah, and just grab it. And...
Yeah, we'll sit here. And you sit down. Okay.
It doesn't go up anymore, but I can get some books. I can
We can just be here.
be up here. Hello.
Wow, I like this a lot. Well, the important thing is that you're here. And I imagine you've got to be mighty. Are you tired? I guess I don't know. What could we help you with? Food, water? Do you need a tour?
I don't have food.
I'd really just like to know where we are and what's going. Do you know? You've been here for a little while? You must have seen some things. Is there people other than you?
Oh yes. I mean, there's friends.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, right.
Shall we go see them? Maybe they know more information.
Sure, you can. Let's go ask my friends questions.
All right. Yes.
It will
Okay.
certainly help you adjust to what is coming.
What direction?
Oh, this way.
Yeah, you guys start heading down the street.
Oh, Jermaine is
Um,
like holding both arms down, kind of hunched for them, just like shepherding. We'll absolutely grab their hands and lead them down the main
I don't
street.
know.
Excellent.
Hand is like
excellent.
shaking so much. In here.
Comforting metal squeeze and like
Oh. I'm
Yeah.
squatting right now. I'm gonna stand.
you can get.
Yeah, got a good workout for a second there.
Mud is trying to make things as like non-threatening sounding as possible, just like pointing out completely mundane things like, and over there's the thing I call the big rock, and wait, over there we've got, this is the big crack, it's getting a bit bigger, and just kind of like these are just normal things, don't be too scared.
Right. Could I
As you guys, what were you gonna say?
just question? Clementine observes everything when she goes through places. So can she get just the initial, like, once we've started walking, like, look around? Can I recognize anything? Does anything make sense? Does it look like a normal plane of, like, anything?
As far as the plane goes, you can make an Arcana check.
Great.
And
Love it.
you do immediately clock that mural at the far end because you just saw it in the church as mangled in the fireplane, and now you see it whole and huge,
Okay.
looming
Got
over
a dirty
the whole
20,
face.
actually,
Dirty
on my
20?
Arcana. Yeah.
Yeah, you know that you recognize this as some kind of demiplane.
Okay.
Um,
And then the mural.
The mural, so you recognize the mural, and then you also recognize that the architecture of the buildings in this space is the same as the architecture of the city that you just came from.
Okay. Did all of you come from the fire plane as well?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, you would have. You would have passed
You
through
would've?
some
Okay.
sort of, yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't believe I was in it for very long, but certainly was in a very hot place before this.
Yes, the homes in this area are quite a bit like the ones there. It's like a alternate plane, but also it's not. It's a demi-plane, maybe. I don't know. To get some more information.
You
You
won't
sound
have
like
to worry
mighty.
friends.
about it.
Sorry?
You won't have to worry about it. It's home now. Take good care of you.
Okay, what were you going to say though? The other one? Yes.
It's mud. It's mud. Let's happen to meet your acquaintance again.
Sorry, Matt. Yes, I forgot. I
yes.
was looking at something I totally didn't. I wasn't listening.
No, I was just saying, you seem like a mighty smart one. You were figuring all that out just from looking around.
Yes, I am a bit of a wizard. Try to. I've practiced wizardry for a little while now.
Well,
It helps
ain't
with the
that...
jobs.
Like, listen to that. You hear that, Jermaine? This is another wizard we got right here. It's another one.
Are you as well?
Well, Jermaine certainly seems to have some wizardly powers. I've never seen one in like dunk dunk and kind of knocks on metal. On a metal creature like this. This is interesting. I'm a bit of a dabbler myself. I'll be honest. It's certainly not my forte per se. But yeah, I've got a few books here and there. But you seem like the genuine type. 100% pure grade.
Here,
Wizard smarts.
But I'm up there. Do a little bit of tinkering as well. So I mean, I guess if you want that hole in your head fixed, Jermaine, they'd be able to help that.
What hole?
Never mind.
As you guys are talking, a low rumbling enters the chamber. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as the ground begins to shake and tremble underneath you.
A dexterity saving throw?
13.
Yes. 13, okay.
Oh, should I do something to... I don't have time to do anything, right?
10, did you say?
10.
12.
12. All three of you are knocked flat on your ass as an earthquake rattles the cavern around you. You see a crack spread in the ceiling above you, spider webbing and splitting through the stone. Dust and pebbles cascade from the ceiling, and far out in the cavern, you hear the crumble of much larger boulders tumbling to the ground. The crack in the ceiling yawns wider, a dark, empty hole. You hear the buildings rumble and shake, the glass panes rattling and breaking, until finally everything settles and stills. You see movement. Something shifts at the edge of that hole in the ceiling, and then it falls. It lands on the cobblestone with a clatter. It's a dagger. And a moment later, a sword drops from the ceiling and joins it, and then a scepter, and another dagger, and a breastplate, and a crown, and a robe, and chest, and items just begin to pour out of the ceiling. They pile and pile and pile all manner of things, from weapons and armor to robes, crowns, rings, vials of potion, and even some furniture. There's like a chaise lounge that lands somewhere near the top. And finally, the stream of items slows and then stops, the pile reaching all the way up to the hole in the ceiling. Now here's the thing. You all clock this immediately because all of you are experienced adventurers. You've been around the block, and you know that there are some magic items out there that are just kind of fucked up. You don't know who made them, you don't know why, but they will wreck you. And this pile of items right here, this is the most evil-looking pile of items you have ever seen.
Clementine casts false life on herself and scrambles back a few feet.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear some like clattering as things still settle, and it shifts a little bit, but it all seems to be kind of coming to a rest after this earthquake.
I think I'll also cast Armor of Agathis at a... Oh, geez. How do wizards work?
Nice.
How many spell slots do I have?
I cast mine at a 3rd level, and I got 18 points extra. I rolled a 4 on my D.
I'm going to do it at, we'll say, yeah, to hell with it. We'll do a 4th level.
Yeah, nice.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
It'll kind of like this icy kind of thing crystallize on him in a very similar manner to what Jermaine looks like. Kind of this like, what your metal armor.
It's a little dented, a little scuffed up. There's some like chipping happening, but that's what the coat is for. Yeah. Jermaine is not bothered at all by any of this. Just looking at the pile of items going, new? gonna just like mosey on closer.
Yeah, everything is pretty silent and still. I mean, there's still a little bit of shifting and settling as everything kind of comes into place. The earthquake is done. You have never seen anything like this. Like, not even within the weird depths of this labyrinth, you've never seen something like this.
So this is normal, right? Normal?
No, these are yours. Do you bring them? Usually
No.
people don't bring things.
Just me and what I have on my back.
Nope, this is brand new.
Oh, good.
Nothing I've seen either. This is definitely new. The crack was the last thing that was new, and now that. Then you, of course. That's always a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to meet you. And then the pile.
All right. Do these items look similar to the items that I saw in that room, or no?
No, they don't. I mean, there's a similar kind of like just piles of opulence kind of feeling, but the items in that room felt like seemed to be just like normal kind of treasure. This is like this is like being genre savvy and seeing someone pick up like the dagger with the glowing red gem in the box in the middle of the dead city and knowing that shit is fucking cursed, except it's a mountain of these kinds of items just sitting right in front of you looking awful.
My insight's not great, I don't know that.
So, should we avoid the pile of curse?
Oh, well, see, now that brings up a dilemma, I would say. What were you doing in the plane of fire? In that fireplace? What brought you there?
I was looking for items for my employer.
See, and there's the rub. That's exactly what I was doing as well. I was looking for something for my employer, and those are be a whole lot of piles of something, I would say, over there, in case.
Would you like me to get some for you?
No.
No? Well, you just said you needed items for your employers.
Those
What?
are...
They make great
Maybe I'll-
resting pieces on top. It would be great. I will keep them with you.
Maybe your friends? Could your friends?
I can get some for my friends.
But if he touches them, wouldn't he get the...
Okay. Just gonna
No.
stick hand in the pile of items and just yank one out.
Are you trying to grab anything in particular, or just like
I'm not even
alright.
making eye contact with them. I'm just going.
roll a d100.
Clementine's still walking backwards somehow, not hitting anything, but still
Yeah. How do I roll? a
yelling from
D100
afar.
On
Bottom left-hand corner of the die, there is a double D.
There it
double
is.
10.
roll
Double D.
Double D.
18.
Yeah, you pick out an axe. Looks like a hand axe, kind of throwing axe kind of thing.
So I'll take this to my friends, and I'm just giving it to them. Is this like I have to leave an offering? They've been a little catty lately, and I'm just not really into that.
Cats were in the other room. But let's just stop here and keep going.
Through the items?
Just one. No. Keep going to your friends. We should meet them.
Okay.
Everyone,
I really
make
have a lot of
perception
questions.
check for me, real quick.
Perception?
I'm great at perception.
Yeah, all of you.
Oh, okay.
5.
Ooh. 5.
17.
Yay!
Yay! Someone's good at this.
I love you guys. Okay,
They're just looking at each other and I'm like, dude.
you would see as you look at this pile, there is up at the crack at the top of the ceiling. It looks like there is more space up there. A hole, some shapes of some more things way up there in the ceiling.
All right, guys. While this is very fun to argue, I think that there's more things that could fall. So before we get crushed, let's get out of the way.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But I would wonder if maybe things are falling through. Maybe there's a way out through the same way. Is there any chance, perhaps,
Well, I'm not going to climb cursed items. I don't. Well, actually, I could get up there, I guess, if I needed to. Could you guys?
How high up is it?
It is about 30 feet up because the crack appeared pretty close where the ceiling drops down to meet the atrium.
Mhm.
So it's about 30 feet up. The pile spreads out probably another 30 or 40 feet from that point where it started falling down.
Perfect.
Are you able to get up there?
I can't. Very tall. I could throw.
Oh, okay, I can just go up. Would you like me to do that first before we do anything too much?
Well, obviously we were all trying to find things, or at least the two of us. We're not really sure what Jermaine is doing here. He doesn't seem to remember that. He's been here a long bit of time.
I know
But-
what I was looking for, Sir Mud.
Oh, my apologies. What were you looking for?
Bodies.
Oh,
We're back to that. Yes, such fun. Yes, Jermaine's friends are a number of bodies.
Skeletons really, they don't like being reminded. But I take very good care of them.
they're not.
My whole job.
They're not big. Oh.
And when you two eventually pass, I'll also take care of your bodies.
Clementine just starts going through her bag and looks like she's starting to activate something.
All right.
It's just like pumping something up. And as she does that, you see this giant, like her bag starts inflating a little bit, like until this huge balloon starts extending from her bag and rising up into the air. And she puts the backpack back on, and then she starts floating up in the air slowly. All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'll see you guys later.
Slowly get to the eye
Really
contact
small.
level.
Really, really small.
So you start floating up. Does it say how quickly you fly up?
It's the effect of the levitate spell, and I think the levitate spell is pretty slow.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
Do you have a way of getting down?
Yes, I just float back down. I release the air, and then I float down.
All right. Would you like rope?
I have a rope.
Okay.
Points to the rope on her
Yeah.
hip.
So the levitate spell takes you up 20 feet.
20 feet only, or 20 feet per round?
It says
I feel like there would be
creature
a cap
raises
on.
vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration.
Okay, well, I can go up 20 feet and then see what I can see from there, because then it'd be 10 feet away versus me being on the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So you hover at about 10 feet from the ceiling. You are, because you started at the edge of the pile, you're still not any closer, horizontally to the
Just kind of
hole.
kick my legs a little bit, but doesn't do anything.
Yeah. So you're just kind of hanging there in place. You can go ahead and make a perception check again for me if you'd like.
Okay. Oh, come on, we gotta go to the bed. Oh, good. I rolled an 18 plus 8, 26.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That was
Yeah, so you look up in there and it is very dark in there. There's no light up there. But you do have dark vision, so you can make out a little bit. It looks like there is more piles and piles of stuff.
good. Just like hovering up there.
It's not hovering. It looks like there's another space on top, kind of like
Like an attic.
yeah, like an attic, or like like in an office building, you have the ceiling tiles, and there's like that space up there. Looks like that, and it's just filled with stuff. And you can see some of it is kind of hanging over the edge, and it looks to be the items that fell down came from up there and just cascaded in through that hole. With that roll, as you're looking around, you also see in the pile this kind of faint purplish glow from deep within.
Do I see anything that looks heavy? Like heavier
There's
than
a
me?
lot of things that look heavy. There is chests. There's that chaise lounge. There's a few chairs.
Perfect. I reach and grab that rope on my hip,
Mhm.
pull it up, and say, "We'll get him." And then I flick it out, and it shoots out and attaches to one of those really heavy things, and I start pulling myself up.
Okay, yeah.
I have a rope of
For
climbing.
sure. Yeah, it wraps around the leg of that chaise lounge, and you kind of tug on it, and it settles a little bit, but it's secure enough. I mean, you don't weigh that much, and you're floating.
I don't.
So
Yeah.
Careful up there.
There's something glowing. It's like an attic.
The glowing is in the middle of the pile. It's not up in the attic.
Yeah.
But you still head in there. As you climb in, you're about 20 feet away, and you see something suddenly dart for you. I need to make a dex saving throw.
Oh, okay. Let's get that other 18 again. Okay, 11.
Close.
Yeah, close to 18.
A swarm of black tentacles comes from the middle of the pile, reaches out at you, and wraps around you. And you take... Hold on, I gotta find my thing. Oh god, where is it? 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you are suddenly dragged into the pile and held there restrained by these tentacles.
Oh gods.
Jermaine, we're gonna lose our brand new friend.
Jackie, you are muted.
That's because everything's going wrong and there's an ambulance going by.
Oh shit.
I will pick Mud up and I'll be like, throw time?
I suppose it is.
Okay!
Can you throw it that high?
I'm pretty goddamn strong.
Okay, make an athletics check. See how far you can throw mud.
Please do well.
12. Above
You
a 10.
throw mud about 10 feet up the pile.
I throw a person 10 feet. That's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Like, you're a warforged and mud is small. So it's pretty good. It is worth noting, so the pile, it's at a slope. From the base to the hole is about 60 feet.
So it spreads out far.
It spreads out, yeah. And Clementine, you are 20 feet up, so you're about probably the 40-foot mark along the diagonal. And Mud, you've just gone through 10 feet onto the pile. And I need you to make a just make a dexterity saving throw, because you just got thrown onto a pile of weapons.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good
God.
point. But it's a
Lands
natural
on a
20 for
sword.
23 total.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
you're
shit.
fine.
You do a little
fine.
flip.
Whoop.
You kind of catch yourself
Thank
between
you.
like a chest and a staff, and nothing really touches you. It is difficult terrain because you're slogging through items to try to get up there.
Okay. He'll start scrambling up, and as he's going forward, he'll touch this sword and be like, this one? No. Dagger. This one? Staff. This one? He keeps like just glancing up into the air as he's touching different things, not seeming to get any responses or anything. Just touching things and starts climbing as fast as he can towards Clementine.
Make a... I don't know what I want this to be. Because you are just going through and touching things.
I'm just touching things.
I will say make an acrobatics or a stealth check to see
Acrobatics or stealth. Okay.
what
I'm
you're
good at
going to
these things.
touch.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. You start climbing up there. You're 15-foot speed.
Can I look around at this thing, or is he moving fast?
He's not moving. He's slogging through this stuff. Just for
Okay,
keeping track of stuff, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative.
Okay.
I'm so good at
Yes.
initiative.
So just like, while I do like this, he's
Wait, I'm so good at initiative. That was bad.
oh nice.
13.
Nice. So Jermaine at 20. Clementine?
Oh, damn it, 8.
Okay.
I was gonna say like
Mud?
Clementine wouldn't just be sitting here. Mud? Sorry.
Sorry, oh, Mud? 13.
Yeah,
13.
13, cool.
Right.
Okay, so we'll say that was one round, Clementine getting pulled in, Mud getting thrown up there and starting to move up. Clementine, it is now back to you.
Oh, it's back to me. Okay. Would it be? I'm at the bottom of the initiative, right? So.
Yeah, well, we just went through Jermaine and...
Oh, got it.
I threw
Okay.
Mud up into the air.
That was your action, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Makes sense.
And make another dex saving throw to try to get out of these tentacles.
Okay. Can I just ask just a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
What do I can I see it? Can I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Because I might have other things that I might want to do other than getting out.
Sure, yeah. I just wanted to let you know that is an option.
Oh, well, I got a 10. I rolled a 2 plus 8, 10. I'm a
Yeah,
little
no,
preoccupied.
it is a pile of objects. You can see that like little faint purple glow in the middle, but you don't actually know if it's even related to these purple tentacles. It's just a glow in the middle of the pile, and the tentacles are coming from deep within that, kind of snaking through objects to kind of come out and get you.
I'm trying to figure out if I should get out or if I should fight. I think I want to fight.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of reach underneath my collar and pull out like a little tiny bead and flick, and it just poofs out, and it's like a whole bunch of sparkle dust that just coats this thing, and I cast fairy fire on it. So I
Okay.
can get a better look, because I can't see. And I
Okay,
want to
what
be
is
able to see
what
it.
is the text of fairy?
It is Dex save 18. My save is 18, and it's a 20-foot
Okay.
cube outlined in blue, green, or violet. Mine's violet. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in the light if it fails the dexterity saving throw. Objects and affected creatures also shed a dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack against the affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it,
Right.
and it can't be invisible.
Cool. So this is just, it's a bunch of objects. You just put this cube and everything lights up in this brilliant violet light.
I just see tentacles like flying all over the place, or
Yeah. I would say I'd let you make another perception check with advantage to try to see where they're coming from.
okay, cool.
But that'll be your turn.
Yeah, no problem. I cast the spell too. I rolled 2 12s, but it is plus 8, so 20.
Yeah, as you peer in, you can kind of see the outline of where they connect to what looks like a rod, kind of just smashed in there, in the middle of this pile.
Yeah. If I have any time to say anything, I'll just yell, There's a devil rod! There's a tentacle devil rod thing! Kill it! I need to kill it!
Okay.
Grab the
Okay.
rope! The rope is technically still
Actually, at the top of the round, you're still held by these tentacles as they crush you and hold
I
you
didn't
tight
get
and
out.
kind of smash you into this pile. Where did my tab go? You are going to take another 15 points of damage.
Oh, there was my temporary hit points. Okay, I need to make a con save for this
Okay,
spell.
yeah, make a con save.
All wizards, baby.
All wizards!
Okay, I got a 15. That is
Yeah,
that
you're
is a
good.
pass.
You're good. Fair fire
Cool.
stays up. Okay, Jermaine, your turn.
Okay.
See
Jermaine
it
now.
glowing.
Okay. Yeah, there's glowing. There's tentacles waving about.
Jermaine,
His
no,
new.
no mud.
Oh, sorry.
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
You're
Sorry.
okay. You're okay.
I threw you.
Yeah, you did.
It's your turn
Sorry.
again. You're down at the
Yep.
bottom of the pile.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm watching Mud just like start touching a lot of things, which
Mhm.
seemed like not the move before, but now it seems fine. I have this axe in my hand,
You can
I'm-
make an Arcana check if you want, just real quick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it briefly. That's a 17.
17. Yeah, so you. This is more of a general check for the items. You would know that most of these kinds of items that are just kind of fucked up, you have to spend a little bit of time with them in order to, like, you have to either intentionally use them or spend a bit of time with them to really unlock their effects. That said, there are still a few that just untouch. Like, it's not inconceivable that something will just get you right at the start, but it is possible to just grab something and not be affected by it.
Cool.
As far as the axe goes, it seems like a fairly reasonable enchantment on it. It's probably +2, maybe something else, but you're not casting like a detect or identify on it, so you don't know.
Okay. So I'm witnessing just poor Clementine getting tossed around by
Getting snapped.
tentacles
Yeah.
as Mud multitasks with items and trying to get up there. How far could I get up there?
It is difficult terrain, so half speed. If you want to use your movement and your action, you could get 30 feet up there.
Okay.
And it's 30 feet.
So you're 40 feet diagonally along the diagonal.
Yeah.
So you couldn't quite get up to her.
Do I see the tentacles?
You see them. You see them coming out of the pile.
They're purple now.
I just see the
They are
tentacles.
glowing
I
purple.
don't see the rod that Clementine was yelling
No.
about.
Or you can make a perception check to try to see
I would
it.
like to try and see it. I if you want to guess what my wisdom is,
I
it's
know
not
you
good.
would. It's
Oh,
good.
but that was an 18.
Hey!
As rolled a 19, got an 18.
Yeah,
Hey!
I would say with the fairy fire kind of outlining everything and Clementine pointing it out, you can see just the little shape of the rod and where the tentacles kind of join into it in the heart of that pile.
Would you allow me
Mm-hmm.
to?
I'm going to say your action since you've made 2 checks this turn.
that was my action.
Yeah, you got the
Okay.
Arcana for free. Perception check to look
Okay.
for it.
Cool. Then I would just move.
Okay, yeah, you head 15 feet up the pile.
Yeah, I'm just like axe, climb, climb.
Make an acrobatics or stealth check for me.
A stealth? I'm not trying to be stealthy.
This is just, it's your choice, because it's being light-footed, so it's, to see.
Oh, I'm not going light-footed. I was using
Okay,
the axe
yeah,
to like
just-
slam into the pile and just pull myself up.
Just roll a straight d20 for me, then.
Yeah, that's better than my -1. That's a 10, baby.
It's a 10, okay.
Middle of the road.
Average.
Yeah, roll a d12 for me.
Cool.
It would have been a 9 if you rolled any skill. So
Yeah.
That's a 12.
It's a 12.
Ooh, is that a good
you
or bad?
feel your hand brush against something, and you just feel a weight settle on your shoulder, and you take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. Cool.
Ouch.
Cursed items.
I don't know where that is on my sheet, but I'll find it.
Okay, yeah. Mud, it is your turn.
Okay. So I can hear Jermaine climbing behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see these tentacles and do I see my friend Clementine, my new friend Clementine? Can I see Clementine grabbed?
Yeah, you can see Clementine. She's pressed up against the side of the pile, kind of wrapped around by these tentacles.
Okay. As suddenly realizing that things are getting a much worse turn here, he just starts humming. It's like
What are you doing?
And kind of like he's doing like that like I don't know how to dance shuffle kind of thing. And
The dad shuffle?
the dad shuffle, essentially, as he's kind of walking up, he's kind of shuffling a little bit, and he all of a sudden kind of goes like this. He does like he's just doing like these ridiculous kind of like dance moves and stuff, and at one point does this, and this blade, shimmering blade, comes out from between his two hands, and in one hand, and he holds it, and he's just like, ugh, and just tosses it behind him. But he's shimmering now all over, and he just drops the sword on the ground and invokes his blade song.
Okay.
But he looks at the blade, and he's just kind of like, ugh, ugh, and drops it, and pulls out his crossbow and says, "Okay, I got you," and starts blasting. I would like to shoot at the tentacles, if possible.
Just hit me with, just bring it.
Okay. So that was my bonus
I kind of
action.
want a performance roll as well
I
to
would
see
love
how
to just
comforted
know.
I am.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a performance check.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking bring it. I'm gonna fucking
yes.
bring it.
Don't you
19.
have advantage on
Oh,
performance?
it's
when you're-
glorious.
Oh,
Oh, do I?
yeah, when you have blade song on, I think you have advantage.
No, acrobatics.
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 Okay,
Yep. But I do have plus 10 to performance.
Yeah,
Oh,
Clementine, you see him coming, and you see him dancing, and you're like, yeah, he's got you. He's having a good time. Everything's good.
It's very strange.
Just
For some
stay-
reason, it comforts me.
Right
Staying
there,
alive.
he starts-
Staying alive.
That's it. That's it. And he will fire a blast of this crossbow at the tentacles. Does an
Yeah.
18 hit?
It sure does. Really good damage.
You have advantage as well.
Because they're fairy fire.
Oh,
Yes.
well, let me fire one more. Well, that would give me a 25 for a total of 7 damage. As it blasts. However, as it fires for my second half of my attack, because I have multi-attack, it's like he fires the crossbow, and then the crossbow starts to shake. All of a sudden, he's trying to hold it still, and it's like this 3 blasts fire off in quick succession of Eldritch Blast, basically.
Oh,
but it's
shit.
all from the crossbow. 3 shots. So that would be a 21. Oh no, wait,
Roll
I have advantage on
advantage.
these.
Yeah.
21
that
on
was
the
your first
first
one.
one.
Yeah.
That hits.
Didn't roll. Sorry. It's click with advantage. Roll.
Right click and then advantage.
A 26 for the second,
Nice.
and a 24 for the third.
Yeah.
Is that
those
advantage?
hit.
That still is an advantage.
Yeah,
Roll your
those
damage.
all. The damage would be an 8, a 9, and a 9.
Nice.
Yeah, you watch as your bolts sink into these tentacles, and they make this awful kind of hissing sound, and then retreat back into the pile, and Clementine is released.
Oh, they go back. Oh.
Are you okay? Come on, get down. Maybe.
But the purple light though was the purple light the staff, or was it something else?
It was the staff, yes.
It was the staff. Okay.
And you can see it dims.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna keep
good
moving
idea.
up.
Okay, yeah. Make an acrobatics or stealth check for me, whichever you want.
With advantage acrobatics, because I have the blade song going.
Do it.
20. Although
Yeah,
it
you're
didn't roll with
fine. You
advantage,
keep
but that's fine.
scampering another 15 feet up that pile. You were probably equal with Clementine at this point, at the 40-foot mark.
Okay. Come up behind, give a big slap on the back, and be like,
Oh.
I am very proud of you. That was... you're all right.
But I got attacked. I guess. Thank you. What? All right.
What did you see up here?
We're not initiative anymore.
You're still in initiative because you're still on the pile.
Okay.
So
I saw. Well, there was a purple light, but I think it was the staff, and I think you killed it. But I wanted to look around a little more, and don't know if it's safe. Would you like to stay here with me?
I'll stay.
All right. That's, I'm guessing, all I can do. That was not a turn. I don't know what that was.
Do you wanna look around some more while you're up there?
Yeah, a little bit, if that's all right.
What are you trying to see?
I mean, the reason why we came up is to see if there's like possibly a way out of this hole.
Okay.
So do a super quick scan, maybe using the bit of the light that's still shining off of the pile.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
I'm still concentrating on that. To get a good look. And maybe could I have advantage possibly for my health action?
Sure, why not? Make a perception check.
Okay. Thanks, Mud. Nice. 26 again.
Nice.
Yeah, you look up and it looks. You don't see, like, just the perfect way out, but you do see more space. And it looks like there's multiple piles, and there is kind of a place where you can navigate between them, and the cavern above extends further off, further than you can see.
All right. Hey, Jermaine, you might want to come up here if you can make it. There's more.
Kame is like, a couple sparks off of Jermaine's arm as they let go of whatever zapped him. Just slowly continuing to climb.
You'll get to my rope eventually, which might help.
Oh yeah.
Not with disadvantage on all my checks.
Oh, exhaustion.
It could even the check out. Maybe the rope could like balance the disadvantage. I don't know.
I'll use up all my movement and
Okay.
action to do that.
Make an acrobatics or stealth check.
Does the rope help at all?
Since you didn't actually dangle it down to.
Well, it's like the rope of climbing. Like once I activate it, it like stays there.
Yeah, but you're still like holding on to it. I would say you would have had to put it down for them.
Okay.
What did you roll?
That's a 3.
Please
Oh.
roll a d12 for me.
Wait, did that roll with
Oh.
disadvantage? Hold on. That did not roll with disadvantage. Let's see if I get lower.
I mean,
If you get a 1.
Nope, that's an 18.
Okay.
A d12.
Mm-hmm.
7.
7. You kind of slip on the pile again. It's really tough going. And you kind of knock this vial of some kind of potion, and it just it breaks, it falls and breaks, and you just see this kind of acidic stuff pour out of it and start to ooze down over your arm and along the pile, and you take 9 points of damage.
not gonna make it up.
I'm coming!
Is he sparking more than he was before?
Yes. Now there's a little bit of steam coming off of the metal as it starts corroding where this potion is hitting him.
I honestly, I'm not sure if if you can fix that or not.
I
haven't-
may be able to help. A
Oh.
little. Yes, I know some metalcraft. Would you like a rope?
That would be lovely!
Okay, now I will activate the rope down.
Okay, yeah,
Jermaine.
you send it. Are you guys just because it's Mud's turn next? Are you just kind of staying put?
Mud's gonna hold his attack action while he kind of scans for more tentacles incoming or anything. He's gonna wait till Jermaine gets up. So if anything
Yeah.
comes for us, he'll fire off.
Make a perception check for me.
-1 with a 1 is a 0.
Everything's great. Everything's golden.
His glasses
Wow.
have
He's
completely
kind of
gone like his glasses have
Yeah.
kind of fallen to the side while he's there, and he's like trying to fix them as he's.
Sorry.
Do you have a
Lair
hand?
of that monster. I'm just trying to like
You, like-
lower a rope and like what?
You get kind of distracted too, and you look over and there's like this massive red potion just right there. It's kind of shiny.
Oh,
You're like looking at your reflection in it.
That's mud, right?
Mud, yeah, with his
Yeah.
0. He's like not looking at anything.
that's. I'll actually pull down my glasses. Can I investigate it?
Sure, yeah, roll an investigation check.
Oops, it's with advantage with these glasses. Let me roll one more
Nice.
time. 21.
Yeah, you look at it and it looks. It is on this pile of evil looking objects. But it does look very much like health potions you've seen in the past.
Just pick it up.
Okay, yeah,
I will.
just pick it up.
Okay.
Nothing
Yeah.
happens. Clementine, you're throwing the rope down?
Yes, I will activate it to attach to just the heaviest object I can see, because it's not me this time, it's Jermaine.
Yeah.
So whatever I can see, and it will dangle down,
Okay.
and I will I'm going to command it to give me a little help. And it knots every 1 foot interval and is supposed to grant advantage on checks made to climb it. So
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, even it out for me.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so at the end of your turn, you see with your passive perception, you see that purple light suddenly flash up again. And Mud, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
I try to say something in time, but it probably doesn't work.
17.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you duck out of the way as those those tentacles just fly out and kind of wriggle in the air for a moment, and then you retract back in.
Oh, mother. Oh.
We got to throw that one down or something.
Mr. Maine, you're climbing up?
I'm going for the rope.
Okay, yeah. You can get a hold of the rope. You're high enough that you can grab it without problem. I will say it lengthens your movement to 20 feet, so you can make it all the way up to them. And you do have just a straight roll on acrobatics.
For climbing the rope?
Yeah, for climbing. To see if you touch anything as you climb.
Flat die.
You got this.
No, I don't.
Oh, 7.
Jermaine.
12 for me, please.
No.
Defeated by a pile of loot.
Yeah.
10.
Curse loot.
10.
The variety, though.
The variety. You're getting to see
Yeah.
this whole table in
Yeah.
action. You bump something and things just start sliding and piling up, and you hear a little click and a flash. And make a dexterity saving throw for me. I know you're really good at them.
9.
You light up with a golden
Ow.
glow as fairy fire is cast on you.
No.
Oh,
That's
I have nothing in dexterity. I have a +0.
so sorry.
friends.
I mean, me too.
Yeah, you are.
I am
up,
strong, and that's it.
I'm not strong either.
Yeah, I am now a glowing.
You're
Robot.
This glittering, glowing. Yeah, you reach where Mud and Clementine are.
Change
You
is
have
not
another-
good here. Change is not good here. I liked it before.
You have another 20 feet until the top. And you've used your movement, you still have your action if you'd like to do anything, Jermaine.
Nope. I got
No?
nothing. There
No?
is nothing I can do.
Okay.
I have Mage Hand. It's not really gonna help me. I can make an illusion. I can detect some magic. You know what? I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Because I would like to try and avoid... use Detect Magic to try and avoid touching
For
some
sure.
things if I can.
Yeah. This whole pile lights up. But you do see the like types of magic, and so you can kind of get a sense of like that's evocation. Not gonna touch that. That's illusion, so that's probably okay. So I'll say you get advantage on your next check
So,
in order to get the pile.
flat.
Yeah, flat.
Yep.
So
all I got.
You want to continue? Oh yeah, that was your action.
Yep.
Mud.
Do I get the sense, looking down at Jermaine, that, Clementine and I had an easier time being smaller, that maybe being smaller would help, or being larger? Like, a large seems to have caused a problem, maybe? I don't want to waste stuff if I don't know if that's, like, something I could figure out.
Here's the thing, is I would grant a bonus for using the spell, but Jermaine does already have just the straight roll. And advantage doesn't stack.
Right.
Yeah.
I might be able to do something.
Are you doing dexterity saving throws? Is that what
No, just
is that
checks.
what we've been rolling? Or just checks? Oh.
Yeah.
The
It's a
saving
save
throws
to-
are for the tentacles, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay,
Nothing Dex is gonna help me. I have a +0.
Okay, I think I might be able to do something. Alright, Jermaine, don't move for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes!
Yes, you've been here for years. I'm sure it won't be too much of a problem. Let's get further away from the staff and I'll just carry you up.
You're going to carry me?
Yes, I have skill.
Okay. Jermaine just like locks their fingers around the rope and just like clicks. It's now just like, okay.
Okay, I'm going to move away from this staff so I'm outside of its like the tentacle range hopefully, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start casting floating disc as a ritual. It takes 10 minutes. And I'm gonna elevator Jermaine up.
I will allow this. The range of this rod is like 20 feet.
Okay.
So it's going to be hard for you to get out of the range of this, and also Jermaine is in it, and you just told them to not move.
Oh.
So I will allow this, because Jermaine isn't moving, which means they aren't touching any more objects than they're already touching. So it's just like if the tentacles decide to come out again. But if you can figure out...
Do stuff against the tentacles.
If you can do stuff against... Okay. But if you can resolve a problem with that, I will let you cast it. But yeah, you'll have to make another check to get away because you're climbing on this pile of cursed items.
Okay. So I don't need to do anything, right? I can just... Yeah?
Yeah, you can just sit down and start casting if you would like, and leave it to the rest of your party to try to figure out what the hell to do.
I mean, I could use a spell slot for it, but...
It's up to you! Follow your heart!
I feel like she's just used to casting it as a ritual. It would just be like, alright.
Do it, please!
Time to ritual
Just plop
cast.
down this fucking pile of evil items and cast a ritual spell for 10 minutes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, sometimes it's hard to concentrate, so, just concentrate on one thing. It's just a ritual cast. So the disc is immobile when I'm within 20 feet of it, but if I move further than 20 feet away, the disc follows. So I would need to walk away.
Yeah, you
Jermaine has to get on it, and then I walk away.
Yeah, you could carry them up to the top. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. But, I'm just gonna sit. I'll be 10 minutes. Try to stay away from the tentacles.
At the top of the round. Mud, make a dex saving throw for me, please.
Dex. What is it? Saving throw. Okay.
Yeah, it is a saving throw.
That's the tentacles.
That is
Oh, that's the tentacles. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You haven't moved.
16.
16. You duck out of the way again.
Okay. Hi.
Uh,
Not enjoying these.
Jermaine, it's now your turn. You're just kind of locked there.
How far am I away from the rod?
Make a perception check. I will say with advantage.
So normal. Nope, that's a 2 crew. 1.
Ooh. Welcome.
It's deep in that
I
pile.
saw,
You
I
cannot
saw
see
the
it.
rod before.
You did see the rod before, which is why I gave you advantage, so it would be a straight roll.
I just wanted to know distance.
It's okay. Here, you cannot see it as you are.
That's fine.
Because it's deep within the pile, but you know like the rough width of the pile, and you saw it before, so you can suss out that it's probably about 10 feet from you.
Cool. Can I do something stupid?
Absolutely.
Can I cast lightning lore and try and
Yeah.
yank it at me?
Yeah,
Like-
do it.
Whip and try and get it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, don't move. You're like, all right, I'll bring it to me.
I am
It
not
was-
moving.
It must succeed on a strength saving throw.
And it's straight.
It has to be the DC 17.
Okay, I will say you hit it, but you do have to like drag it out.
Yeah.
So just make a just make an intelligence check to see, or an Arcana check, your choice,
do
to see if you can drag it out.
16.
Yeah, you grab it. It kind of goes ting 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 and just flies out and lands. It kind of hits you and then lands down at your feet.
Can I pick it
It's
up?
little, like, yeah, you can pick it up.
Can I snap it in my grip?
Next turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick it up then.
Yeah, you just hold it. Okay.
Rope in one hand, rod in the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mud.
me.
Seeing that, at least I assume the rod go by. Jermaine, do you need any help with that?
Nope.
Right?
I don't know if I
Clementine,
know.
Clementine, you're casting something that I can tell. I can at least I can understand you. You're deep in thought there. I'm not going to interrupt your. Just get ready, and I'm just going to watch. Hold an action. Oh, could I have shot those tentacles when they came out? I've been holding my
Sure,
my
yeah.
attack at them.
Yeah, right, make an attack roll.
I'm just trying to damage or injure this thing whenever it swings out at us,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, you sink a bolt right into them. They kind of hiss and leave. This was prior to Jermaine dragging it out, but yeah, you hit him.
Like, to think
Feel
the grapple
satisfied?
like flicked and like bounced off my face as I grabbed the rod. Good
Yeah, your
work,
bolt got
bud.
retrieved.
Good work.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna see what Jermaine wants to do with this thing it's holding.
Yeah, Clementine, you're casting. Jermaine, you're holding this rod, and before your turn comes, you see the light kind of pulse on it again, and I need you to make a dex saving throw.
It's a saving throw, which means you don't have disadvantage.
17.
Yeah,
Hey!
you see
So
a
proud.
bunch of tentacles come out, and somehow you like angle the rod away from you, and they just go out the other direction.
Point it away.
Yeah, I just pointed away, and they just like grab something over the pile, and then they retreat.
Can I just throw it as far away from me as possible?
Yeah, make a strength saving check. Or strength save. Make an athletics check. That's what I'm
There you go.
looking for.
The big pluses.
8.
Oh,
Oh no.
Um,
I have disadvantage.
you throw it, and it doesn't go very far at first, but it kind of hits and then causes a landslide and just like shuffles down and away. And you can now see it at the base of the pile. Just kind of like flit out a bunch of
As long as
tentacles.
it's very far away.
It is out of range of you guys. If you go back down, you'll have to hit it again. But for now, it's not going to get you.
That was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, you Clementine, you finish. You take 10 minutes casting your spell. Mud, Jermaine, anything you want to do?
I was told to stay still.
Okay.
You are doing a very good job of that. In
Yeah.
fact, I've never seen anyone stand as still as you can down there, not too far, maybe 15, 20 feet from me, who's having a lot of trouble climbing up here.
No, Jermaine made it up to level with you guys by climbing the rope.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, right.
oh,
So,
wait.
So you're all
And why
about
am I-
20 feet from the top.
So you have to climb up again.
Yeah, you do still have to climb up again.
Okay, there's more climbing still.
Yes.
For some reason, I was like, wait, why am I doing this then?
No, because we still
If
need to go
they're-
20 feet up.
Okay, you still need to go
Got
20
it.
feet up. Yeah.
Perfect. Actually, we can all go up with this kind of. Well, I need to move up, and then everyone can you two can hover.
mhm.
But
Continuing to not move.
yes.
Yeah, so unless there's anything you want to do, as you stand on this pile,
I think my blade singing ends. It does. My blade singing ends. I've been shuffling the whole time. Kind of stops dancing a little bit.
just doing a little cha-cha in the corner.
Cha real smooth.
Cha-cha.
That's
real
the
quick.
cardio. You got to keep the cardio up, You got to keep
Yeah.
moving.
So Clementine, you finish your spell. The tensor splitting disc comes into being right there.
Ah.
You
Yeah,
all
there we go.
step onto it. Clementine, you need to make one more acrobatics or stealth check to climb up.
All right. Oh. I get advantage because of the rope, right?
Yeah, you can use the rope.
Still there.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I will do acrobatics. Advantage. It's fine.
No
You'll do good.
team has
Everyone's
ever
counting
been
on
so
you.
thwarted by a pile of treasure.
A big evil
Pile
pile.
of treasure.
Big
Hey,
evil
I got a
pile.
15.
Yeah, you climb up without problem,
Yeah.
nimbly, and the floating disc carries the rest up to you, and you reach
Whoa.
the top. And we're gonna take our break.
Okay. We conquered the pile.
You conquered
In
the
Act
pile.
One.
We did.
Just wait
Our
for us
first
climbing
enemy.
down it.
First
In Act
enemy
Two.
with
Yeah.
a rod of tentacles.
The second part of this one shot is us climbing down.
Whew.
Woo! You don't want to know what the chemise can do or whatever that's called.
All right.
It's a really
50
evil
minutes?
shimmy.
15 or 10.
Wait,
Let's do 15.
Okay.
Okay. All right. See you back in 15.
Alright.
happy
We're
about
in
it.
right now. We are already in right after the
Hello.
tentacle discussion.
And welcome
Great.
back to Cat's Cradle. We are live, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly get my tentacle notes away.
Nothing I say can be held against me.
It's
Something legal term.
Anything you
Not
say,
even the
Cannon, will
tentacles.
be held
Wait.
against you in a court of law. Not that it
No,
won't be.
it won't. It won't. It can't. Because I said so.
Because I said so.
I'm just
Excuse me,
testing
Your
you,
Honor.
Jackie.
I said so.
I'm glad you're testing me the night before my exam.
This is making you really solid on tentacle law.
I mean, you gotta find your niche. You find your
Yeah.
niche,
You know,
and then you
there's
find the clients that
probably-
need your niche.
Okay.
What's the dress code for that? Like,
I mean, I feel like if you show up to a courtroom and you're like, I'm here about the tentacle law, I feel like you're gonna have a weird time anyway. Whatever you're wearing is probably not gonna help you.
Okay. All right. You have successfully tossed the tentacles. You have summoned your tentacles. And you have risen up with Clementine's nimbleness, avoiding any further traps. You reach the top and you climb onto this rocky ledge. And there are more piles of items around you, but there's enough space between the piles that you can kind of move around and find paths through them without too much difficulty, as long as you're fairly careful. Yeah, what do you want to do? It is dark. You can see the cavern extending in a distance, and a pile of evil objects below you.
okay. I'll keep up the floating disc, just because Jermaine looks tired for some reason.
I'm moving slow and kind of janky,
Yeah.
like limbs are going a little bit as I'm trying to shake it off.
If you'd like to sit on the disc, it will be up for a little longer.
Yes, I just slowly start and just like curl up, like knees up.
It's just a little like
We'll take a
arc.
rest.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Clementine's voice, I go to lean into an Irish accent. It's tough. I keep breaking my brain.
Dude, I keep hearing mud and trying to do country. You're doing it to me too.
This is why I picked no accent and just general positivity.
I have to like go back to my like text, like it's line. Okay. Oh,
know,
funny
me
thing.
too.
There we go. Perfect. Funny thing. That's my. I can get that.
Me too.
Jermaine, if you I have not seen you like this before, Jermaine. Is there anything I can help you with? I'm going into Irish. I don't know what I'm doing.
we can all be Irish. Everyone together.
I'm just trying to make the new one feel welcome. You know, understand what I'm saying here.
Oh, it's just like I'm back home.
Well,
There
if
you
I
go.
have a level of
Welcome.
exhaustion, I think if we're worried about voices, then a few things might need to start happening.
Oh no!
And
Yeah.
Jermaine is like
Jermaine, there's something wrong with you.
damage. Only minor damage. Minor damage
I don't even know if it's.
happened. There was acid and sparks, and I feel very tired. Very, very tired. So any assistance on that? I might need charging.
Right. Charging.
I've not seen this before.
Okay. I could help, actually.
I don't know what that sounded like.
It was good. It was perfect.
That was good.
Okay. I could help you. I don't know if it would help your exhaustion, but it might help your wounds. Would that be good?
That might actually be very good. I had to make sure that it was still happening.
Okay.
They just need a moment of time to rest on this disc
Yes.
So, if you would like to help some of my short circuiting, get some of the acid off of my chassis.
Be wonderful. And I will
Right.
sit here and I will try and take a rest. A very short
Right.
one.
Well, actually, I may be able to help you with that specifically. I have two options. I can just heal you up, or I can give you a very, it'll feel like you sat for an hour, but it'll only be 10 minutes. It's a spell called Catnap.
I feel like that one is the preferable option.
Very good. Clementine will, oh shit. Oh no. She'll walk towards the floating disc and it'll go away. She'll be like, oh no. You may need to get off the disc. It moves.
Yeah, can you just like shuffles forward off the disc so you can cast it and would shuffle back. I forgot the voice. Come on.
Okay, if you move. Oh, I think if I within, so it remains. Okay, no, it remains within 20 feet of me, far away. So actually, if I move forward, it wouldn't move away. But like maybe it does it once, and then I'm like, oh, okay, wait, I gotta like turn that setting off, and then I can move forward. So you can stay on.
Okay.
And then I'll walk up to you, and I'll kind of pull out some tools. And normally, when I do catnap, I don't use these tools, but I feel like for Jermaine, it's right. And she kind of like looks around, and then like does a tiny little hammer on a few things, twists a couple like bolts, and then just goes behind you, takes like a pretty big hammer, and just knocks you in the back of the head, and you just go right out.
That was invigorating.
Did you say you knocked Jermaine out?
Yeah, you actually are. Technically, it's supposed to be a calming gesture. But I can do it to 3 willing creatures, so I can do it to all 3 of us. So I just bonk, 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 and I knock myself in.
Oh my gosh!
And all 3 of us just collapse on the disc for 10 minutes, and we sleep. We sleep for 10 minutes, and then we wake up, and then we're fine.
Oh my god!
He just knocked us all out. I
Yeah, I
mean,
did.
he wasn't. He
I
seemed
agreed
like he.
to it, but
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, whatever you got, this is fine. I wouldn't have known.
Well, it's a short rest for 10, but it's only 10 minutes.
the visual
Wow.
of that from afar. Hubert had the best view of like
Yeah.
what seemingly looks like a murder suicide.
And then we like just float there on this disc.
Yeah, well, everyone is knocked out. Actually, you're all flat out on the ground, and this lantern that Jermaine has been carrying, the viewer, outside of this, it pulses, and this little tiny gnomish man comes out.
What?
He's like ethereal and floating, and he kind of like looks around and like checks Jermaine and like everything's good, kind of tightens some screws, fixes everything up, looks very confused, and then goes back into the lantern.
He
Oh my
he
goodness.
can technically act as mage hand. So if he would like to do anything else, he can.
He just kind of checks you over, makes sure everything is okay. This is possibly how you heal over the short rest, is he just like fixes you up,
Yeah,
kind of cleans off some
absolutely.
acid, puts some wires in.
I don't know how to fix myself. Like I've never ever done maintenance.
And then he goes back into the lantern. Mud and Clementine, you sleep for 10 minutes. And you somehow, it's like, you know when you wake up really early and it's not time for you to get up yet? So you go back to sleep, and it's just long enough for you to have the weirdest, most unsettling dream, and then wake up again. What?
I'm sorry, I'm rolling my hit dice, and because of my constitution, I rolled some that are just 0.
You
It's
take
just I just don't get
minimum
anything.
1 point.
Is it minimum 1? Because it is -1. I do
Well,
have a
I
minus
will.
1.
I'm putting this rule in. Minimum
Okay.
of 1 point gained back
Okay.
from your hit
Okay.
dice.
Okay, then I am actually at full. I wasn't at full.
Okay.
But I am
Did you just use all of your hit dice?
No. I didn't have to use
Okay.
all of them, thankfully. If I hadn't had false life, I don't know, but I'm good.
Your con is a minus. That is a first for me with seeing a PC that is a minus Constitution modifier. I'm impressed.
What can you do?
You are a full-on wizard. Okay.
Yep.
So we can.
I'm very small.
Yeah. As you guys come back to consciousness, Mud and Clementine,
Yeah,
what
not
are the
this year.
last kind of like vestiges of that dream you hear, feel?
The last vestiges of that dream are someone pulling. I'm still on this dream from the night before of like feeling like all of the good things in life, the wholesome, lovely things that I enjoy are getting pulled away from me, and I'm kind of running after them. And someone grabs onto my arm and says, "Not until I have what I need," or something like that,
Nice.
and stops me from pursuing my morning sun and my yoga stretches and my pancake breakfasts and my so on and so forth.
Nice. Clementine, what is the last tail end of your dream?
I think she's probably on a job, and you know, she's on the job that was her favorite. She's back in the quarry. She used to work with some dwarves in a quarry, and she'd blow up large rocks. That's her whole job. That was the entire thing she had to do. She loved it. But for some reason the magic isn't working right, and the dwarves aren't listening to her, or they can't hear her, and they keep like getting in the range of her fireball, and then they start flying out, and she's like, oh no, and there's the men running around with their heads on fire, and she's just like freaking out, and then Cubert dies, and she's like, ah! Yeah, it's one of those crazy dreams where like she looks over and there's like a cat with like a human face that's like, you've messed up. She's like,
Yeah, you both jolt awake as those that anxiety fills you and then kind of drifts away as you realize it was a dream. And Jermaine, you kind of just come to consciousness like normal. It was a little bit like a deeper rest than you usually do. Like you actually like couldn't see your surroundings, and that was kind of weird, a little unsettling. But you know, you feel better. You feel better.
Okay. So we can roll some hit dice.
Yeah. Go ahead.
no, I did roll mine. I had to use 7.
Oh my god.
Level 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
So almost.
Back up.
Well, technically it is half, but not quite because I can't get half.
So I have an hour-long Armor of Agathis on me. Has an hour gone by since we started climbing
No.
the thing? Okay.
It's probably
good.
been like 12, 15 minutes. So you used to
Awesome.
have Armor of Agathis for a little while longer.
Nice.
That's the benefits of this wonderful spell.
You are standing in this space. You've never been here before. Particularly you, Jermaine. You've charted a lot of this space. And you've never been near here. You've never been anywhere that looks like it. This is brand new territory for you.
Well, different. Oh, better. To double check.
Oh, you all had such a good sleep. Jermaine, you know anything about this place here?
Absolutely brand new.
It's unsettling. Is it always just got like a cold sweat? You know, normally those naps aren't as. I don't know. They're usually calming.
Your nap wasn't calming.
I don't know. It's a bad dream.
Ah,
Would know. Don't dream.
Oh.
I think I ripped that server out long ago.
Oh,
well,
Right.
so I'm right jealous right now. I've been having some mighty terrible dreams as well.
I could do that for you. I'm
No,
sure.
no,
It's how many
No.
do you? How many servers in there? We can take a look.
I don't. Nope.
No, I
Good. Very good.
think we're okay. DM, have I been having nightmares since I got here?
Yes. Every night.
Hmm.
Yeah. They, yeah, you should understand, I don't think they're gonna get better. Been having them quite a bit.
Oh, that's terrible.
Most people who come here complain. Not good sleep. Then you die.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm sure there's plenty of things that happen between the step 1 and step 2, and that's what we're gonna do with, your all of that brains between the three of us and the servers all whirring in there. Figure out something.
right.
I had
Yes,
time
it's-
4 left or something.
It's fine.
You all smell the faint scent of pancakes wafting from deeper in this pile,
What is
in
that?
this space, off
Oh,
somewhere in the darkness.
I will tell you what that is. That is one holy and divine scent. That is a breath of heaven from the gods. I do say indeed. This is a sign. I know exactly. Can you shimmy your disc off of this? I'll just walk. We'll just go. This is a good sign. And he's gonna start heading
okay.
for it.
The disc is still there. It's still going to be there for like another 45 minutes.
Yeah, she'll still pull the disc along, and she's like kind of confused. Just as a top of the game, when finished short rest, I used arcane recovery, got back spell slots.
Cool. Yeah.
So, just so you know. Yes, I'll follow. Kind of confused.
What are we following?
Oh, can you?
I don't breathe.
Right. Oh, right. He apparently smells some. Can we smell it? Can I smell it?
Yeah, you can smell it too. Yeah.
There's
I
a.
don't breathe.
There's a smell. I don't know if you understand the concept. One of our senses. It's like sight, but in your in the nose. Pancakes that way.
Yeah.
Can you explain pancake?
It's it's probably better if you experience it firsthand.
It is like when you get. He's shouting from behind. Just imagine all of your friends, but now there's twice as many of them, and they're all happy, and they're all getting exactly what they need in their mouth holes, and you're just enjoying your morning. And this way. I can smell it. Like,
That
keep
causes
going.
a mess if you put things in their mouth hole. They don't have the inner. Okay, whatever. I'm following.
Yeah.
Following.
But you start to pick your way around these piles. There's enough space that you don't have to make any checks or anything to try to get around these items. There's still more and more and more of these hideously cursed items. And it's kind of this winding pathway you have to take. As you go along, the piles shrink and kind of eventually come to this stop as you're just in this kind of weirdly empty cavern. It almost feels like an unfinished space, like someone just forgot to finish it. There's these smooth, tiled rock floor, but rough-hewn, like cave-like wall and ceiling. As you continue down this space, the pancake smell still leading you onwards. It eventually just becomes kind of this straight trek that narrows in until you reach these 3 holes in the wall. The passageways into further darkness.
These holes in the wall, are they like humanoid size? Are they larger or smaller?
They are
They better not be the
humanoid
perfect size for
size.
each of us.
No. It looks like you two could probably. Sorry, you two as I point. Um, the small ones could probably fit in there with a crouch. Jermaine could fit if he's like crawling. But you can fit. It's like not too horribly uncomfortable. They sort of look like vents almost.
I go up to investigate. Can I smell? I'm looking to determine if the pancake smell is coming out of them or if there's air going into them. If they look like vents, which way is the air going and is the pancake smell coming from it?
Make an investigation check.
I would not get advantage because this is not sight-based, I imagine. My goggles.
Yeah.
But a 20 nonetheless.
Yeah, you
Dirty
reach
20.
up to there and you expect it looks kind of like a vent shape like you'd see in a building, but you don't actually feel any air movement. You kind of wait and try to see anything, and they're weirdly placed. Like one is kind of down low and one is up high. Like it doesn't really make sense. But with that investigation check, you do figure out that the pancake smell is coming from one vent in particular, kind of the one on the left, a little low to the ground.
This is the low. See, this. Y'all, this is a sign right here. You see, it's the lowest one, which is perfect for my height. This is where the pancake. This is a sign, I'm telling you. Oh, you are gonna try some pancakes? It's gonna be maybe a little bit of strawberries with it, the syrup, just the right amount of butter melted on top. I swear, Jermaine, we are gonna put something in that big, chumpy metal jar, and you're gonna enjoy it. We'll figure it away. Oh, Clementine.
I don't want to be devil's advocate here, but we're in this place with cursed items everywhere. Is it not concerning that there's a lovely pancake smell? Seems a little off.
Yes, nothing good ever happens here.
I take umbrage with that opinion. In fact, a young robot, I do believe that there should be some light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe this is just that one good sign that we have not yet come across.
I do understand the metaphor of lights at ends of tunnels, and you should definitely pursue it.
Oh.
I will then take care of your remains, and it will continue onward. That's entire purpose in one go. So go towards the light. Go towards the pancakes? Go towards the pancakes? I'm not quite sure.
I am getting more and more uncomfortable. Every second.
That happens sometimes. It'll be over soon.
Oh.
The light. Jermaine's just like pushing them kind of towards the vent then.
Clementine's just gonna look around in general. Is there anything else? Like look down the other holes.
Yeah, sure.
Can I see?
Make a perception check.
I'm going to cast. Oh, I didn't do that. It's like, did I take any spells that were useful? No. Actually, I'm gonna look down them and firebolt. See if I can see anything.
Okay. You cast firebolt. Make a perception check.
Okay, it's 120 feet. So, yep.
Yeah.
Perception. 18.
Which one are you firing it down? The one that Mud is pointing to, or one of the other ones?
I'll check the other ones first, because if there is pancakes at the end, I don't want to firebolt them. That would be rude.
Okay.
We'll check the others.
So you go to one of them and you shoot the firebolt, and it just goes BAM against a wall, like right there. You kind of peer up, and it looks like the shaft goes just straight up. The other one, you shoot a firebolt, and it just goes and goes and goes until it misses. And as best you can tell, it's kind of just a straight shot, and you do see a few bits kind of branching off as it goes by.
You probably know that my dark vision is 120 feet. So if I shoot something down and it's 120 feet, can I see like 240 feet technically, or am I just seeing like I'm just trying to gauge how long this is.
I'd say you can see a bit further than the 120 feet, but not quite
Okay.
240. Maybe 150 to 200.
Just know it's definitely a long tunnel.
It's a long ways, and it doesn't hit the end. It fizzles.
Okay. Okay. Is it all right if I try that with this pancake one, Mud? You're not going to be too. Just want to see what's down there.
Yeah. I think they'll be just fine. I mean, if there's pancake smell, then there's already fire somewhere. Someone's cooking something. I mean, not going to do any harm with adding a little extra flame.
Can't hit all the pancakes at once, probably.
You shoot the fireball, and it goes maybe about 30 feet before it hits a wall. And it hits, and you realize with the second one, it also kind of makes this like bung sound that echoes and reverberates through these metal vents. The one that Mud was pointing at that you just shot, you see it kind of turns to the left and continues on.
Does it turn left towards the other tunnels, or is
No,
that
it turns away.
away from the others? Gotcha. Okay, well, that one goes up, this one goes left, and this one goes all the way, every way. It's mostly straight, but
Well,
I mean,
you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. We could. I mean, pancakes certainly can't be a bad omen. We can maybe fit through a little bit and see what we see.
suppose I think we should just be careful. Let's try to be a little quieter, maybe. It's really echoey down there, so just
Sorry.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Druid just looks down at themselves, the metal, and gets down on the ground, getting ready to crawl. Just clank, clank, clank.
Never mind. Just kind of sadly leans down.
I am more than happy to go first.
Oh, I'd like to go last.
Well, I think that this puts me in smack in the middle of a friendship sandwich. I'm good with this.
Oh.
Mud, you will have to point out which way to go to the pancakes. I cannot smell them. I have no idea.
Well, all I know so far is it's this one down here, and our good friend Clementine here indicated that it goes off to the left at some point. I don't know beyond that.
Pancakes to the left. I will gladly climb in front and hopefully block any more furniture collapsing in on us from the ceiling.
Oh.
It's very noble of you. Thank you.
All right, so
Yes.
Jermaine, you are leading the charge.
Yep.
Cool.
I like tap. It's just like little bits of like light out of my eyes.
Excellent. So you get down all fours and you go army crawling kind of through this tunnel, and it's loud. It's like every single moment goes thunk, 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 thunk. You get
Clementine just keeps wincing, like.
you get about 30 feet and it does turn to the left, just, hard, sharp turn, and you see like a black charred spot on the wall where her firebolt touched it. You turn left, and Mud, are you following the scent and trying to...
I think I would follow along, maybe 30 feet behind, and
Okay.
if there's like any, if we have any branches, I'll quickly check to make sure that we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, as you turn the left corner, you do see there are several branches in different directions. Both sides of the tunnel. There's one to the right, and then a little ways down, another one to the left, and then a turn to the right. And you can still smell the scent of pancakes. It seems to actually be getting a little bit stronger.
I would actually probably be close to that. I'd probably stay like 10 feet behind, because I realize now 30 feet's a long way behind.
It's a long way. So I'm like, wow, okay.
Like
The
5-10 feet
sandwich.
behind. And I'll just keep directing in whichever way I can sense the greatest food on any of the planes of existences.
For sure. So you travel for a good 20, 30 minutes, still following the scent of these pancakes, following different twists and turns. At one point, you pass by a grate that has light, a little bit of light coming through it. You can look in and you see a room. And Jermaine, you actually recognize this room. It's one of the rooms of the many paths along the maze that you go between. It's like this little, trap thing with some arrows that shoot out, and you've memorized how to get through it. And a little ways further, you pass another grate to another room, and it's on a different path than the one that you saw earlier, a little deeper in along your mental map of this space. And it doesn't quite make sense, like, spatially. Of course, you know that these move around, so maybe that's why. And at one point, you also, can kind of look over through a grate, and it just kind of looks into nothing. And there's more of the vents, and you can kind of, see another grate on the other side. Just kind of, you can see an empty vent on that side as you move along. Mud, as you go, the scent of pancakes gets stronger and stronger and stronger until you are certain it's got to be around this bend. There's going to be a grate, and it's going to be right there, and it vanishes, and you can't smell it anymore.
If I may, as we're going, and this as the smell is getting greater and greater, it's just oh, this is home. I'm so reminded. He just starts chattering away with his new friend Clementine behind him, and he's just takes I'm gonna take 20 seconds here, just be he's kids growing up, they called me Mud. Every time they stuck my face in the ground, and they'd go around hollering Mud, Mud, Mud as they did it. Mud stuck to everything, in my nose, in my mouth, down my underpants, you name it. I never thought I'd get rid of it. Though, Lord, I tried. Over time, ironically, Mud just stuck. That's how I got this name, and I'd be very interested to know about Clementine. But the funny thing about Mud, as I learned growing up, it is so versatile. Y'all can't have a single home, a fireplace, a guest hall. Heck, these tunnels here at some point were mud before they were all hard like this, probably. You need a little bit of mud for everything. It's that little substance in one form or another. It just sticks to the important things, like stone or metal. Those things that bind everything together, kind of binds us all together. Like this little friendship sandwich we got going here. So yeah, the name's Mud, and I hope to stick to you too, Clementine. I hope that you stick around with us for a little while. And then as the smell just stops, face drops. Well, no, Clementine, just move back, just back up. Hold on, Jermaine, just hold on one moment where you are, please. And Clementine, can you move back just a little bit, please?
Did I say something? Oh.
Yep.
Did I say something wrong? What happened? I just listened to that whole thing. It was so good. It was a very good thing.
I think while Mud was saying some of that, Jermaine was mouthing along. They have heard it before.
Yes, Jermaine has heard this before. This prepared speech about his where his name comes from.
It's beautiful.
Clementine, all right. Okay, we're good. Did I do something wrong?
I can't smell the pancakes no more. Just move back and just gonna check to see, did we miss a hole?
Okay.
Do we miss a different pipe?
Make a perception or investigation check.
I will look around as well.
Yeah, either
that's-
make your own check or provide advantage, your choice.
We can both. We're probably
can't
looking
help.
for different things. I'm looking for danger, and he's looking for pancakes.
Yeah,
I can't help, I can't smell.
10.
20.
10. Mud, you don't know where. You don't smell it anymore. It's just gone. You can't even smell a whiff of it. And it was so strong before, you think you'd just be a little bit. But it is.
The pancakes are. Someone is. Breakfast is over. It's got to be morning, I imagine, at this point. We missed it. It's all right. That's all right. It's all right.
Clementine, that 20, you realize as Mud is having this kind of frantic looking for the
Existential
pancakes.
crisis.
Yeah, this little existential crisis, and he's making all kinds of like little vibrations and rumbles in this vent. You hear another vibration coming from down a tunnel. Sounds loud. Sounds heavy, actually. And not necessarily loud, but like something is moving, something large is moving with care, stalking very slowly closer. And that's how we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh no!
You just see like invisible sweat beads.
That's okay. Maybe there'll be breakfast tomorrow. You don't need to. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
I was gonna say her first thing is just to clamp a hand on you and just be like.
Oh boy, we are trapped in tunnels that we've been traveling through, crawling for 20 minutes, and there's something in the tunnels with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
You are evil. Evil. Ian. Evil.
You're casters. You don't need to be able to get up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna shoot people in the butt with my fireballs.
Wow.
That'd be great.
Tentacle enemies and fire butts.
You're 15th level caster, 15th level characters.
15th level casters.
15th
Yes.
level characters. You can duel shit.
Okay.
I also can
Automatic.
punch things. I'm very strong.
It's alright, I'll just lightning bolt down this metal tunnel.
Maybe not lightning bolt. Maybe not lightning bolt.
It'll be fine.
As I am basically a metal rod.
It'll cure your exhaustion, right?
It might.
Just-
We only short rested. I don't think that helped.
No, it doesn't help with itself.
At least it's only
So-
one level.
Yeah.
For anyone who might have joined us late, just so we're doing a little mini arc where we are all essentially wizards with some multi-classing, but primarily wizards. We're level 15. Germain, our Warforged wizard, has clearly been in this plane wherever we are for some time. Mud has arrived a few weeks ago, and we don't know what this place is. And Clementine has just arrived today, somehow magically. Do any of you want to give? You mentioned, Clementine, you're also an artificer.
Yeah, I talked about her tools and things. She's 1 level artificer, 14 levels in wizard. So I think if it's cool to spoil the most wizardly in the group, out of our wizards, and just because I think it's fun to talk about it, the wizard type is evocation wizard. So
Evocation
we'll be
wizard.
seeing a lot
Nice.
more fire bolts where that came from, I think.
Excellent.
Good.
Mud is 1 level fighter. That's how he got his or Benjamin Barnaby, in fact.
Ooh, name reveal.
Is 1 level fighter. That's how he got his adventuring start, and then took 2 levels of warlock because stuff happened, and has somehow become a 12th level wizard in his adventures. Blade singing. What do we got for Jermaine down here?
Jermaine is 14 levels of wizard and 1
Oh,
level
never
of
mind.
fighter. And just, if you couldn't tell based on the general vibe, Jermaine is a necromancer.
A robot necromancer.
Robot necromancer, because Jermaine will take care of your
My band
remains.
name. Robot Nick.
Jermaine will take care of your remains.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
That's actually stamped somewhere on Jermaine's,
It's stamped
Yeah.
on his ass.
yes.
You can't see it.
You'll see it if you firebolted.
Yeah, they've never seen it
Looks up for
either.
a second.
Yeah, they've never seen it either. Just happens. Discover it one day. And so I got to use my fun voice changer
That was fun.
because I took damage and was exhausted.
Oh, it's amazing.
So
Excellent.
should we get into a fight, maybe it'll come back.
Cool.
Which will be super fun for everyone.
Clearly, it's so much fun. And the best part is I can't hear it. I just sound like me. And they can hear it. And you all at home can hear it. And,
Lovely.
yeah, so it's good. It's great.
Thanks for that.
Man.
Really good.
And thank you, Ian, for this whole
Yes.
concept and idea of wizards in a weird place that they don't know where they are, all from Ian's brain. And we are grateful for this little break interlude couple episodes.
Thank you guys for playing and indulging in my weird dungeon.
Super happy to
Love
play.
it. So fun.
2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now. Which will be December 15th.
Yeah. Yep.
December 15th.
That's the
December
one.
15th.
Cool.
All right.
Any other announcements or things people want to get out there?
I think so.
If you're new to Dice Cult channel, go watch some of our other awesome shows. Abby is in a show that airs on Mondays. I think, do we have a Tuesday show? I thought
Yep.
I saw a Tuesday.
There is, yeah. I think they just
This
started
Tuesday?
back up, actually. They
Yeah,
lost
so-
for a bit.
Just started up our Tuesday shows again. We've got some cool Saturday night horror stuff going on. So yeah, and you can check those out. All those VODs are here on YouTube. You can also check us out on Twitch. And come hang out with us in Discord. Clearly we're super fun. And you can join our Discord server and watch, like, we chat and post memes, and we're super fun.
If we do
Don't
so
forget-
ourselves.
Yeah.
Don't
We
forget
try.
cordially invited too. Like,
Oh yeah.
Come
of course.
yes.
Our usual
And eventually
campaign.
we'll be back to Cordially Invited, where you're cordially invited to join us on more D&D adventures.
which is at this
Excellent.
time normally on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
that's
you
it.
so much for watching. We will
Yeah,
catch
thanks for
We
hanging out.
will.
in 2 weeks and see what else this strange, awful place has in store for our wizards.
Sweet.
The end is coming.
And it is coming.
I'll remember my voice by then. It'll be fine.